So miners are basically competing to solve a mathematical puzzle. And whichever miner does this first is allowed to basically seal the block of transactions over the roughly 10-minute period. Their work is then checked by every other miner in the world. And then that miner, assuming they behaved honestly, so this is their incentive to behave honestly, they are rewarded the newly issued Bitcoin for that block. And to give you an idea of how complex this puzzle is, and it varies, right, depending on how many people are trying to solve it, how many miners are trying to solve it. But it's roughly the equivalent of trying to find a single atom in the entire universe. And basically, the complexity of this puzzle, it induces market participants to act honestly. So miners, to preserve their economic well-being, have an incentive to behave honestly and create consensus on the network globally that is true and everyone can agree to. And in that sense, it's I like to say free markets are generators of truth, and that and truth is defined by the American pragmatists as the end of inquiry. So we think of markets as like everyone's constantly inquiring. So we're not trusting, we're verifying, right? And through that constant iterative process, we get to bedrock, which is truth. And markets generate truth in three forms, and it's accurate prices, it's useful innovations, and it's virtuous people or competent characters, like people that can compete well, that offer value to the world. And in that sense, Bitcoin's kind of like a pure form of capitalism. It evolved on the free market. It has it's the most accurate conveyor of price signals in the world. And I would argue too that it actually, by interacting with it, it encourages you to become a more virtuous person or more capitalist in nature. So yeah, I think in that sense, Bitcoin kind of is truth.